Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Oh, maybe he hear me now.
Broadcasting live from Subbasement 27, deep in the heart of the HyperCOMM Research Institute, in the bowels of the Wang of America. I'm Dr. Fox, and this is TFTS Relay 060820, your weekly HyperCOMM update. We're going live in the field now to Slovenian correspondent to chief research executive on efforts on capitalizing on global pandemic, Scoop McSnaresky. How are you?
It's McNeese, guys. Let me get Scoop. Scoop, come over here real.
He left. He's gonna go get him. This is real theater. Oh, he really did. He went to go get him. Wow. Well, anyway, welcome to Time for the Show, your weekly HyperCOMM update, giving you all of the pylon array information that it takes to keep the flow of sub-ether energy directed in the right direction, which is you right there. Aren't you lucky? Is he? Oh wow. Oh, OP's is back. Scoops.
Something happened when Scoops was trying to take the airwaves, and I think that we were blocked.
We were probably hacked. You know, it's very possible that our 5G antenna is being oppressed.
Deep balls in undercover right now.
How many balls does Scoops have?
One more than Ivan Stang.
It's a bare minimum. All right.
The bare minimum. You need to think about it. You don't want too many balls. Like, sure, there's a lot of goddesses that have like 80 titties and shit, but you never see like a god with like 87 balls.
Why not?
Because I mean, I think it's too cumbersome. Where are you gonna get underwear?
You think that they would? Well, they're gods. You know, they're known for their strides across the land.
That's a straddle,
that's
though.
Really,
you
the
got
Grand
that
Canyon
many
is when Zeus dropped his 87 testicles. They dragged across the land and creted the Grand Canyon.
Fox, you're not listening. What's my contention that God wouldn't have 87 testicles? That's 85 testicles too many.
He had a lot of kids.
I think it's 86 too many. Why do you need two?
So you can always give one.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a cop-out. I'd give either one of my aforementioned testicles for X.
Like, Klingons have an extra spinal system and shit, and we get an extra ball. It doesn't seem right.
It's kind of like an extra spinal system. There's intelligent life that dwells within it.
Do you ever have somebody go up to you and just like flick you right in the ball, just like ting, and it really hurts? Do you ever have that happen? That happened to me. It hurts.
My lawyer did it. You know,
your lawyer did it when he signed the check.
Yeah, exactly. And HyperCOMM runs yet for another month. So please flick my balls.
How are things in Florida? At the Cube.
Everything's around here has pretty much been a complete disaster. I would say that it is like a nightmare hellscape of lawless
Do you see my apocalypse
anarchy.
Beard?
Are you, so you're not gonna shave until the apocalypse is over, and then you can work on your Cousin It cosplay.
There you go. Look at see, it's my apocalypse.
This is good radio.
Pandemic pestilence, because you know there's pestilence in other parts of the world. You can't just be focused on our plague and riots. There's pestilence.
You can't wear a mask with a bushy beard properly.
Not with that attitude, you can't. You got a beard too. What are you doing? I'm doing it in support of you.
I'm in solidarity. Yeah,
You
this is my apocalypse
You got
hair.
the young man's
I
beard.
haven't,
My beard
since
is
the
grizzled and
apocalypse
gray with the
began,
wisdom of
I
my
haven't
years.
shaved my head at all. And this
Let me
is all
see.
I
Lean
got.
forward.
That's it. Well, if I lean
That's
forward,
nice.
I can't talk into
That's
the.
sexy.
It's It's what
You should paint a design or something on the top of it.
I was gonna get an
Too far up.
an Israeli flag shaved into the back of my head for
That'd be
solidarity. I thought that would be for solidarity.
People in Florida will think it's some obscure college. What school's that, boy? Alabama, you?
That I'm offended. I'm offended personally.
That's like, I feel like here's a couple of good things that happened to me today, okay? Carrots started getting her COVID-19 unemployment money. So, yeah, I'm a thousandaire. That's right.
You are a thousandaire.
Well, Carrots is,
congratulations
but I'm her
on
sugar daddy.
marrying into money. You've done
Well, it
these.
took a long time.
You got a trophy wife and a Jeep life. Yeah.
But now, to counter that, because I'm Irish, my contract for the college I work for came
That's
up.
the Irish
So I
one.
may not have a job in 2 weeks. So that'll be good.
It's okay. Nobody's
And
gonna have a job.
The
in 2
topper on
weeks.
that is my severance will last just long enough for me not to be eligible for any of the COVID money.
Well, apply for it anyway.
Prison life might be the best life in America coming up.
Our
soon.
county
It might be like, how can I get into jail?
is throwing out some money. They've got free money. And,
Who does?
The government. The government has free money that they want you to have. And I have
To help the economy.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go out and buy more Hank burgers and
Xboxes.
Chicken McXboxes. Yeah. Get your
PlayStation King burgers.
All right. Well, that's just more burgers.
But then people like to have a choice, Fox. It's America.
Oh, well, their choices are slimming down because as the last I heard, like all the Burger Kings here closed just permanently, and I don't know for how long.
In Florida?
Yeah.
It's not on the news. That seems like that should be on the news.
That's the underground stuff. Well, there's a conspiracy there. If you're ready for. Did you hear it? That's the conspiracy.
Man,
music.
I'm ready for that sound effect any day of the week.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. It's the news. And that's the conspiracy. Years ago,
Final answer.
While I was working undercover inside of a franchise location, I came into the intel that it was like 90% of the Burger Kings in Florida, which were corporate owned, were purchased by a single franchisee who was already amassing a large amount of Burger Kings out in Texas. And
is his name Bob?
He's some Venezuelan man. Some Venezuelan man.
Baberto.
So Baberto bought up all the Burger Kings and put them under the guise of Magic Burgers LLC. So already invoking dark energy into the Burger King universe. The Burger King already was able to channel cosmic power through that crown and that emblem around his chest. His bling is what empowered him.
Dude, that guy was so creepy. You knew there you were invoking
and he was naturally
dark powers.
buff. You know, he was already a monster. And then they gave him the God Emperor armor of Hamburgeddon. He was unstoppable.
It appears that way. I have a Whopper Jr. in my refrigerator right now for consumption after the show, and I'm wondering if it's too risky to keep in the house.
It's probably tapped.
You're Red
It's
Bulling
tapped.
it? You're Red Bulling it during the show?
Red Bull Blueberry Edition. Red Bull Blueberry Edition. That's right, kids. When you
How is that on the
when
Red
you
Bull shit
shirk
tasting
all
scale?
responsibility and develop and readily readjust your life to conform to bad habits and poor hygiene and ill-fitting pants, you too can somehow
Awful.
pull together the courage to muster through any crisis, be it local, national, global, even though it's more like a plate instead of a globe.
Intergalactic!
You can do it if you drink sugar water from Red Bull.
That's not sugar water. That's Red Bull. That gives
It's
you
got
wings.
the,
With blueberries. Blueberries, it's giving you
of
extra
the
balls.
bull semen. Exactly. I don't have enough balls, so I'll drink balls. They used to have that too. They had balls.
Ball sack water. Ball sack water now with more pubic hair.
That's gross, Peas. Why would you say that? Why would you bring us down to that level so quickly?
I'm trying to be funny. I'm sorry. It's just this crisis. This crisis is upon us.
Jesus Christ.
Pick whichever one you want. But it's stressful. And so I'm trying to lighten our load with the comedic joke, and I might have crossed the line and gone too far.
Save it for the end of the show.
I might have ruined radio.
Just for now, you know. But you could either continue to ruin it, or you could fix it.
You know what's good?
That's what we have to do. We have to figure out how to fix radio. Let's
You know
start
what's
with
good
this
now,
show.
though? Is there's so much radio on freethinkradio.com.
Is there?
Every night, practically, there's a new show of extraordinary value and cultural significance. Even if you don't find those things of value, there's still something for you every night of the week on freethinkradio.com. Don't you think so, Dr. Fox?
Every night except Monday, yes.
Monday, that's a sad, like sometimes you have a cousin that comes to the picnics and your mom says, now you make sure that you play with
Start
Tim.
scooting up next
And all
to
Tim
him.
wants to do is
Start like
go
twiddling
to
your
the
toes
creek
together.
and kill tadpoles. But you got to hang out with him because you got to be a good cousin. That's what Monday nights on freethinkradio.com is. We have a show, but we're the Tim of the quality of the Freethink Radio.
Tim?
There's the gene pool, and then there's the bottom, and then there's the muck. And then under the muck, there's that solid show bedrock. That's what we reside
We
on.
have to
We're
excavate
primordial.
it. We have to, yeah. On a lot of levels.
That's twice
We're
tonight.
very popular amongst single-cell organisms.
Number one with a bullet.
With a bullet.
Some amoebas haven't heard show like ours for 1,000,000 years.
We haven't. Yeah, we should tap into the amoeba market. They seem to be pretty big down here. You don't really get them out there. That's just this. It's just like an urban legend.
They
to
dry
you.
up. Well, no, we got brain meat eating amoebas that live in the hot springs. They have a little sign to tell you, hey, be careful. Don't put your nose in the water. Your anus and all your other parts, your pee hole or vagina, they can be in the water. But don't get your ears or your nose holes or your mouth in the water because you might get brain-eating amoeba. Now, what's
So
to
you do have
prevent the
them out
brain-eating amoeba from taking like the long way to your brain by going up through the anus or the pee hole or the vagina?
First off, tell
Dr.
me that
Fox?
I want to. Well, I will explain it to you, but you have to tell me what the difference is between those three things.
What do you think to those?
I believe in your list it was the beehole. Did you say beehole or butthole?
The anus. The anus. I said anus.
The pee hole and the
pee hole or vagina.
Vagina. All right. Yeah. What are the? Tell me the difference between those three things.
Well, they're holes, right?
Are they?
And if you, I've used a couple of them, but here's the thing: if you get brain eating amoeba, seems to me like once it's inside you, all bets are off. Your brain's probably getting eaten by that amoeba. So they say, oh, it's okay to go swim, but don't get these particular holes. And the holes that I listed then were ear holes, nostril holes, and eye holes. Because if the amoeba gets in those, man, right to the brain
it's
it goes.
But I'm saying if I'm the amoeba, that's it. It's just
if
all
I'm the
about
amoeba,
liability.
I'm going to leisurely stroll my way to the brain from the anus.
But
or the vagina or the pee hole.
It's to further propagate the amoeba as well. You know, they don't want to kill the amoeba. So you will get brain-eating
amoebas that are alive now have always been alive.
You will get brain-eating amoebas in your urethra and your anal ducts. And you will
What's a urethra?
You will.
Is that like the black maid you had as a kid?
That's God's crazy straw. Is the urethra? It's a magical. It's a magical
you
device.
did better on that one. I went to old white man racism, and you actually said something funny. That's well played on your part.
Urethra Franklin.
Yeah.
RESPEPP. That's all I could come up with.
PHI, it burns.
Oh, urethra. You've struck gold. You could say
Eubula's cousin,
the next time,
isn't that
the next
Eubula's
time,
cousin?
Kids, you're at the urinal. You're any of you when you're at that urinal. Make sure to raise one hand, finger to the sky, and claim urethra.
I will send $10
because it's like you're striking. I will do it. Send me the money and I'll do it.
You'll do it? Well, you'll do anything, though. I once saw you eat a hot dog at Wendy's.
Yeah, I brought my own.
Yep. Sat right down, said, say something, bitches. Used their condiments, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I filled my big gulp cup with their soda. The big gulp cup I just walked out with.
Free refills, doesn't say where. Doesn't say where, dude. Bought the cup, says free refills. Doesn't say where. Go fuck yourself. Making me a suicide.
What's okay, so out in your area, what is a suicide?
Well, so bear in mind, I grew up in California, so when I was a little kid, we would go to the Kmart and we would get our big soda, 32 ounces, and we would go to the fountain machine, and whatever they had, you would put like a couple of ounces of that soda in there. So a suicide was a mixture of everything they had. Lemonade, diet, tea, all that shit. And that's how you knew you were tough if you're 8.5 years old.
Yeah, okay. So it was exactly the same thing.
You didn't do that? You didn't do that when you were a kid?
No, of course we did.
Same?
Everybody did that. And we referred to it as the same thing, as the suicide. But it was I forget if you cut Coke with Sprite, like that's like the official suicide in some soda.
That's the
lore.
base of it. That's the foundation.
That would I would believe before it was further corrupted by 8-year-olds and their gutsiness to do anything to their friends to make them drink things.
So this is my theory, though. things like that we have a collective knowledge of, that everybody goes, oh yeah, it doesn't matter what generation we all
say
did
goodbye
that
to
shit.
that stuff, because there's not going to be any more refill your own drinks anymore. I could guarantee you that.
Never.
So
here's
that's
the
old
thing.
lore. Stash that away.
Do you know why that is? It's because that was a hole in the Matrix. There was some way by making a suicide soda, if you made it the exact same way, that it would reveal to you that this is all a simulation. But even though as difficult as that was to do,
you had to find the right machines that had the correct water to syrup ratio.
That's why we had COVID-19. And that's why we have these riots, because like you said, you'll never be able to make a suicide at the 7-Eleven fountain ever again. That shit, they're going to have to put some kind of like individual use nozzle or something. It's just going to be crazy what they come up with. Maybe a hose outside, the Mountain Dew hose.
When it turns out that this is all going to have stemmed from a rock that you turned over in the desert and tracked into Las Vegas, and some poor man in China took back to China.
They said this is a Chinese disease from eating bats. I heard that on Trump news.
Are you prepared for what? Because you're going to get accused first, and I would say that probably is the Chinese government and their authority, air quotes. Are going to say, it looks by our research that this came from America, specifically right here from this guy, Peas.
Well, Chinese, though. The Chinese have known that I've been against him for a while now, so it stands to reason that this would be there to suppress the Peas, a worldwide pandemic that they could somehow pin on him. So right off the bat, you gotta consider the big picture. That who has the most to win by suppressing the Peas? With the Chinese government, of course. So right away, if you put those pieces together, you can see that that's just slander against the goodness of Peas. Here's the thing. The Chinese government is upset because just recently they reached out to me and they said, P, we have big problem. We're stinky after staying in house many days a month. What we do? And I said, don't worry, Chinese guys. All you need to do is get Triology soap from triologysoaps.com. And not only will it keep your body clean, it'll wipe that communism right out of your hair. Oh no, Mr. Peas. No, we must keep communism. It's a wonderful thing. So, right off the bat, they pissed me off. So I'm like, listen, don't order the Triology soap from triologysoap.com. Because, first of all, it's got something that would probably sicken every one of you Chinese bastards. And that's freedom. Each 4+ glycerin ounce of triologysoap.com comes with extra freedom jizz. Freedom jizz is what makes America great. And if you want to be great like America during the pandemic, then you need triologysoap.com from Triology Soaps.
Did you say .com?
I did the .com when I should have said Triology Soaps, and then I inverted it. But no one will notice. It's radio.
All right, so what are you going to do when the CDC...
Can you believe those Chinese people, Fox, and their fucking attitude?
So when the truth comes out, though, and, you know, you're going to be able to... I think you're going to be able to deflect on that defense. I think you'll buy yourself maybe about 3 or 4 weeks on that one. So when the CDC and the FBI and KFC and AT&T recognize that it did come from you, what is your strategy then?
What's my strategy then?
Yeah, when the truth comes out, because you'll be able to deflect with that.
That's not the truth. It's a Chinese propaganda. We just proved it by playing that tape.
We got
Why do you think Scoops isn't available?
We have that. And so you're protected. I would say you're protected from the Chinese government right now. But
By the great freedom jizz of America?
But when everyone else finds out and they're able to pinpoint this entire thing to you running over a lizard, probably maliciously, in the desert, you set off a butterfly effect and you tracked that lizard's guts into Las Vegas, where it then went to a Chinese food buffet where a Chinese person was working and then deported back to China for some reason. And then while he was in China,
probably because I complained about him at the restaurant,
he started throwing up all of the lizards that you tracked in. They're gonna be
ice
able
water
to.
glass is cracked.
They're gonna be able to.
There's a chip here.
Have you seen CSI? Do you have any idea what they can do? They'll see the tire tracks of the lizard intestines mixed in with the feces that they'll remove from his gut.
There's so many
on a
Jeeps,
TNT
though,
primetime event.
That could be any white person. It could be any white person.
Not just any white person.
But
sorry, caller 23 jumping in here. I just want to make sure that I understand what's going on here. Basically, you're saying that P's caused a global wide.
That's what you're saying, yeah. Pandemic.
That's what it looks like, and that's what it seems to be very believable to be. And I'm just trying to make sure that P's is prepared for when
caller
the
23 jumping in here. I just want to make sure I understand what's going on.
Okay.
You're saying that P's started a global pedantic of ass-eating amoebas because he drove his Jeep over a lizard and then refused to tell people to go to triologysoaps.com.munist.
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, just making sure I'm caught up. Thank you.
Put that in the chat bot. Show Rogan.
Hey, you know what it's time for?
It's time for my favorite part of the show.
20th Century Man by the Kinks radio break.
Is it?
It is. I need my cocktail.
Your cocktail? What are you mixing up, Peas?
Rum and ginger ale, like a little lady.
Dark ginger ale?
Nope, regular Canada Dry, the ginger ale of freethinkradio.com and all Canadians anywhere.
Now, that's a bunch of tree-hugging.
Hey, I wonder, I got into an argument with this Canadian guy who was telling us all about
how long did it take him to apologize to you?
And I was like, aren't you Canadian? He's like, yeah, but still, I can tell when things are fucked up. I'm like, well, why don't you mind your own fucking business? Don't you have a queen? But she's not really your queen.
Yeah,
she's like sovereign, but nobody really knows what that fucking means. And isn't the whole concept of royalty like an antiquated fucking form of government to begin with? So who the fuck are you to give us any shit about our tin pot little fucking idiot Trump? We'll handle this. We got this. We've had drunken people at the White House before. We've had parties here before. We'll be fine.
Well, there it is, folks.
We don't
Time
need
for the
any
show. Finally got political. That's it.
We don't need any advice from the Canadians about stuff.
No, just their SOCAN licensing for freethinkradio.com.
No, these are good ones. These are good ones.
They're the good ones. Not you. You're good. You're good. Yeah,
we're talking about them Northwest Territory fuckers.
I like that. That you can always play. There's the guy from Las Vegas and the guy from the South, and you have to guess which one is the racist.
I'm talking about them Quebecers, not these good old Canadians that are our friends here on freethinkradio.com. Are we gonna play the Kinks so I can get a cigarette?
We're playing it. We're gonna be back on the show in like a minute and 30 seconds.
Oh, god damn it! Why didn't you tell me?
I did.
Take that, bees.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. We'll be right back. You're listening to Time for the Show. You're listening to Time for the Show, broadcasting live on freethinkingradio.com. Subscribe to the show at timefortheshow.com. That was the Kinks, the 20th Century Man, European remix. All right, Peas.
That version was produced by Mennonite Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
Or Amish Andy.
Or Amish Andy in a recently raised barn raising in Central Ohio.
Oh, Andy.
Paul Rubens put the whole thing together. Oh, no, not Paul Rubens. Who's the producer?
Billy Rubin.
Paul Rubens was the one that got convicted of raising a tent.
Right. But who's the guy who did Johnny Cash's last album? He's a super
Jimmy
Beastie
Cash?
Boys album.
Jimmy
wife.
Nichols.
No, the producer. He's a famous producer. He's got a beard. He works with Def Jams. He's a white guy. That should narrow it down.
Yeah, how well versed are you on producers?
Young Phil Collins. No, come on. What's
Phil
his name?
Spector.
No, it's younger than him. Like
Jim
new
Phillips.
Phil Spector with a beard.
Phil Spector Jr.
He's like, he came up with Def
Phil
Jam.
Spector the third.
The Funky Phantom.
He produced like the first couple of Beastie Boy albums, and then
Phil Spector Reloaded.
What is his name?
The Real Inspector Generals. Z. It's time for tonight's game. Is it a record producer?
Meanie?
Holla at your boy, Meanie. Hiroshima? Hiroshima, Nagasaki?
Rubin, what's the guy's name? Rick Rubin.
The guy that did the sandwich?
Rick Rubin.
He's
We're going
the
out
new Phil
partying,
Spector.
Rick Rubin tonight. That's the dance where you eat the big sandwich. But everyone,
Rick Rubin put
but
the
that
whole
was
thing together.
subversive
All right,
because it was
now we
actually
can finish the
euphemism for
joke
something else.
about Mennonite Mike.
Because
Now
it's
that we know
totally
it's Rick
still
Rubin.
funny. This is going to be
Right.
so hilarious.
Could you give us the setup to that again, Peas? I think I forgot what was.
I don't think I could.
Oh well, I'll just have to muddle through then.
Peas, when you were raised in the coven of the Mennonites,
Yep.
did you wear wool? Did you live in a more progressive colony?
I did live in a more progressive clutch, and we wore latex, but not like a modern latex, like the first kind of rubberized suits that came out in 1898 and stuff. So they're really thick and sweaty and
Traditional latex.
not as sexy as you think they're gonna be when you first sign up.
No, but that's I see that the spandex technology is catching up with the Moorish cultures.
Yeah, the Moors.
Robert Moores. Tonight on
More or
Unsolved
less.
Mystery with Robert Moore.
Hey, ever since I had to start staying at home, I find I'm drinking earlier in the day. You think I should be concerned?
Well, I think that you should be concerned that you are
I'm
going to be
almost sick
setting
right now.
yourself up for a ritualistic, hedonistic lifestyle. And that I would say
Well,
that the
I
most
am-
dangerous thing about that is not being prepared for if that supply were to run out. So I would say if you were going to be, if you're going to drink at least this much now, you need to start preparing in advance for when you're not going to be able to get those things, so you can continue
because then you're going to
drinking
drink even
and
more.
smoking.
So,
Exactly, it's
like
going to
in Battlestar
escalate.
Galactica, in Battlestar Galactica, when the guy, not Adama, but the bald guy,
He-Man?
he started like just measuring out his rum every day.
Picard?
No, yeah, he's like Battlestar Galactica Picard. Colonel Ty. He was African American in the first show, but in the second show they replaced him with a grumpy alcoholic white guy.
That's I thought that was Fantasy Island.
Them grumpy alcoholic white guys stealing our gerbs.
Yeah. But so what he did
Not
is
anymore.
he had like because the Cylons have destroyed all the breweries and distilleries right off the bat. Besides laying waste to the whole planet.
Oh, the Cylons are
So he-
prohibitionists, huh? That really must mean they're evil, right?
You would think they would have a use for alcohol to like polish themselves and keep their circuits clean without damaging them, but I don't know. Who knows?
It's a
Who knows the mind of a
demoralization
Cylon?
effort.
All we know is that all that has happened before and will happen again.
Are you threatening that? Are you
No,
going to
that's
go
what
back
the whole
out?
theme of Battlestar
You're going to go
Galactica
back
is.
out in the desert and drag in another lizard? 2 for 2?
Well, it's funny that you would talk about this lizard thing so much because I did adopt a street cat, and the other night, in gratitude, it did catch a lizard and bring it in the house
Oh.
and play with it till it was dead, but it didn't eat it, and I think that's probably because lizards are poisonous.
And you
I
just
poked
watched
it.
and laughed.
Well,
You
what am I
monster.
supposed to do? What would you have done? Like, if you're a little cat, and then you
I
have a
would've
cat,
joined it.
Cosmac, Cosmac,
Rip off a leg for yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
You
come
wouldn't-
on, don't.
take it away from the cat. You just don't let the
Don't let the cat
do
have
its
all the
natural-
fun.
They
Well, the cat probably felt like it was, it brought you this cool thing, and then you just act like a jerk and just blow him
Did you
off
eat it?
completely.
Pull him off. I was like, good job.
he brought
kill
it to you.
But like,
When
if your
cats
cat caught a
bring you
mouse in your
food,
house,
it's because
take
they
it away.
think that you're too dumb to feed yourself. Because
Yeah.
they're smart, and so
Well,
they bring you this so
Doesn't like
you'll
me
eat
touching
it.
so
And so
right.
you need to let your cat know that you appreciate that, and you need to eat the lizard and show that yes, I appreciate you for taking care of me, and that's how you
Yeah,
train
otherwise
your
you're gonna
cat.
give that cat all kinds of horrible psychological trauma that's gonna just last the rest of his life.
Angst. Your cat, you're gonna have I bet your cat's gonna get
Skin
mopey,
that's-
and it'll start laying around the house, and you'll call for it, and it won't come, and it'll
He's a
probably
man.
jump up on shelves and knock things over, and that's because you didn't eat the lizard.
I don't know. I hope not.
It's
Now I
gonna.
feel bad.
You brought in a street cat during a pandemic.
What could go
The
wrong?
6428 Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108. That's how I
Send
roll.
your unwanted cats to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive.
Bring them on
Poke a hole in the
by.
box
that.
first.
Please don't say that, Cosmac, because some sick fucker is going to put something they found on the side of the road. Steal it up.
Oh, some
Oh,
sick
no.
person is going to bestow upon you kittens,
That's going to
baskets
piss
of
parents
kittens.
off.
How many baskets
Some
of kittens do you
Australian or
think they
German.
get?
Yeah,
You got a
please
lot of
only
room,
send
Peas. You
alive
got a whole
cats
studio. You
in
got
the
a
mail.
drum set up. You
To-
can you can put
Peas.
like 6 or 8 cats on that drum. They'd love it.
Some German or Australian. I think that's funny. Oh, I'm going to send Peas a wombat.
No wombats, only cats.
Just cats.
Oh, it's Australian
Cats
for
that you
cat.
cats that you find. Please don't go out and adopt cats or buy them at stores, because that's a thing that you can do. You can go to a store and buy a cat. Just go find a cat or things that look like cats and ship them to Peas. Bring them
You don't
to
have
him.
do that. Seems
Start
like a
him
lot
off.
of work, kids.
Throw him a
If you
throw him
think
a
about it,
big
seems
heavy
like a lot of
bag
work for
of
very
meow
little
mix, because every animal, including human beings, can live off of meow mix.
Peas
One-
loves all God's creatures.
1 cup a day. big cats?
Mostly, I don't
Bigger
like that guy Kevin.
cats? What's the biggest cat you've
Kevin's
ever
a-
wrestled,
Kevin's a
Peas? You live out there in Fantasyland.
Cat.
You ever wrestled a big cat?
Let me think about that for a while, because I have been in many circumstances and around large cats. So I'm trying to think, have I ever wrestled one?
Yeah, like one of those desert cats.
It is the kind of thing that you would think would stick out in one's mind, and that nothing is jumping to mind at this particular moment. So I'm going to have to say,
Oh, come on,
I
Bees.
do
You never
have
wrestled a
scars.
desert cat down a mine shaft? You were telling me the other day.
You know, but when I was a little boy, we adopted a street cat, and one day I went to pet it, and it bit through my hand, and I still have those scars today. So I think probably a house cat is the largest cat. I've
So
ever,
every time you look
actually
at those
adopted.
scars, what is the lesson that you learned that rings
Well, I'm not
through
sure
every
that I
time?
did learn one, because
So
I
you
was
just
playing
have
with
a-
this new street
so you
cat,
So
and
you
it
didn't
bit
learn
me,
anything
and I was
from
like,
it,
wow,
and
that
so you
hurt.
just have a wound. The cat wounded you.
I got a new one. I got a new wound from
You
the new
got a
cat,
new
the
one.
street cat. Yeah. I got a new street cat, new street wound.
Where did you get your street cat?
He came up to my house and begged for some food one day, so I gave it to him.
Well, you're supposed to feed him cat food, Peas, not part of your hand.
No, I gave him shredded pork.
Yeah, not part of your hand.
Or her.
Living
And then it was
great.
a long process. Sometimes I would go out there in the daytime and I would lay on the ground until the cat would come up and let me like stroke its brow. I tamed it, dude. It took me like 3 months. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm like St. Francis of the peas.
Gonna drive all the cats out of Las Vegas.
Oh, do you know what happened to me the other day? The cat
No.
chased a dove, like a morning dove, into the house, and the dove is like flapping against the windows, freaking out, trying to get out. The cat's on the table, the dog is barking, because it turns out the dog doesn't care for birds either. And so I walk up, and I'm all like, "Oh, come here, bird." I grab the bird, and I catch it, and then I take it outside, and I let it fly off into the tree. And the cat looks at me like, "You're an asshole." I have this situation all under
You're
control.
giving this
I
cat
was
all
just do-
kinds of fucking complexes, Peas. It's going to be awful. This cat's not going to know which way's up by the time you're done with it.
think that's why she's not hanging out right
When it's
now.
on
Could
your
be.
ceiling and turns its head around 180 degrees and declaws,
Spooky.
unlatches from the ceiling
It showed
tile,
up. It showed
falls
up
on
and
your
started
face.
staying after my dog died. So I'm thinking it's some kind of cosmic universal thing.
That this cat that you pulled in off the street during the pandemic had
Yeah, that I lured with pulled cord.
attacked God's symbol of peace that was
Well,
flying
it's
through
God
the sky.
telling me that I'm an awful person.
It's not that you're an awful person. It's just that you are the harbinger
Awesome.
of
Awesome.
evil.
Excuse me. I said awesome.
You just kind of emanate just a demonic aura. But it's
Do you know what's
okay
gonna happen to me
because you're
Thursday?
nice. You're a nice guy.
Nobody knows what's going to happen on Thursday yet, Peas.
No, but you know what
I don't
might
even
happen?
know what happened last Thursday, Peace.
I'm going to the dentist and they're gonna pull out all my top teeth and give me fake George Washington teeth.
Oh.
Send me some of those
So
teeth.
I'm gonna be just like Mennonite Mike. Hey, you know what? I bet you they'll give me the teeth. Do you think we could give them away as Patreon gifts and maybe make some
Absolutely.
extra coin?
Real Peas teeth?
I don't think-
Well, that's...
Yep.
I don't think
Those
we
are
could sell
last
them,
of
but I
them
think
to
we
be
could
just
give
The
them
given
away.
last
away.
of them. There's not gonna be like any more. It's the last of the crop.
We'll put them on the prize wheel. Get a piece
Real
tooth.
Peas teeth. Yeah,
I
that's,
guarantee
those
you
are
they
some
won't let you
special
take 'em.
prizes.
Do you think the listeners would be interested in having one? You can make jewelry out of it. If
No,
you got
they're gonna
teeth.
they're
Right.
gonna
Yeah,
huck them.
having
They're
one,
gonna
you mean
say
grinding
they're
it
gonna
up and
say that they're
snorting
gonna
it?
huck them in a bag bag and that they're gonna incinerate them. They're gonna pulverize and incinerate them. But what's going to happen is they're gonna take your teeth from you, and it's going to be put into the ivory tray. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell them I need the
powerful aphrodisiac. That's right.
I'm gonna bring my own bag.
They really
ask them
smokers' teeth
and then
are
we'll
gold.
I want to snort some peas teeth, man.
Should we make them?
I want to snort some peas teeth.
And then you buy like a little bit of peas teeth powder, or should you get a whole tooth? Or well, if like you get a whole tooth, that's got to be a big contribution.
Well, Peas, what if we had like one of your hands cremated, and then we could send out those cremated
let's get down
remains?
To brass tacks here, Peas. How much for your whole head?
We could start out. We'll send it out to everybody.
While I'm using it, or after I'm done?
Like I don't know. Have you ever been using? Have you ever used your headpiece?
I would prefer
the jaw part of it. He uses that part a lot.
I will do that deal, but it has to be when I'm done with it.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think the teeth are a great starting point.
I want to make a necklace piece.
You could use one as a weight in one of your styrofoam
I'd put them. I'd put them in a maraca, and I'd start a mariachi band. That's what I do.
Do sound bites of it.
I'd go around table to table at the Mexican restaurant. Shika, shika, shika. Here.
I like to think like thousands of years from now, an archaeologist would like find the maraca with my teeth in it, and they would be like, "What could this have meant? You know, what was using teeth maracas a common cultural experience in southern Florida, or was this some kind of?"
That's what they'll say when they open all of the other maracas and find that they too are also filled with teeth.
And why do these
are filled with
glow with an essence of life and the universe itself when one gazes upon them?
That's what you can do with your baby teeth.
What being might have possessed these
teeth? Your parents are giving you a cut from the tooth fairy. They're giving you like $1 or so, but you can sell baby teeth.
I should get some money, right? Like from the teeth thing, I'll get some of the funds this time, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make this a thing for the Patreons, and now it's just you want to take backs from it?
It's a charitable act.
And I should get my beak wet. They were my teeth.
Yeah. How's that feel? That this is the last show you...
Peas, you know when you signed up, when you joined this outfit, you signed the contract, and it specifically said any post-surgical remnants automatically become the property of Time for the Show Incorporated.
I do sort of owe you for my tumors because they wouldn't give me those.
Or the juice. You could have stored all that juice and you wasted it.
Would you rather have a tooth that you can make like a necklace out of, or like a sloppy old tumor? I think you want a tooth. The tooth
depends what you need it for.
Voodoo, dark magic.
Well, then either one will.
Also, they look great with turquoise beads.
Oh,
very popular
like
right now.
Miniature scrimshaw. You scrimshaw the whole Bible.
Scrimshaw Peas tooth. Wow.
How valuable would that be?
That would be really cool.
Be a short book.
Then you can make like a bead out of it. And
you do it in like microprint.
And then exactly. Then we can use like a carbon fiber nanotube, and we can stitch them together and make a book out of teeth.
We could etch the entire text of Book of the Subgenius onto one Peas tooth using a scanning tunneling microscope.
And Peas, of course, we will need comprehensive 3D laser scans of your dentures.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like 7 teeth total.
Wait, is that all you got? Where'd the others go?
Where'd they come out?
They came out, or they pulled them out?
Yeah, these ones are already.
Oh, so you're just letting go of the last few remaining ones?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good candy bar.
Well, there you go. Now we know why Peas doesn't have any teeth anymore. It's the old sweet tooth.
I'm gonna brush my teeth live on the
So-
air tonight.
So I'm hoping that the listening audience will still be able to understand my beautiful, handsome voice after I have the false dentures. But I figured George Washington defeated an entire empire with wooden false teeth,
And
so my
slaves.
modern false teeth, I should be fine, right?
Well,
guys?
they should make sure they don't give you the one that gives you the lisp, because then you'll just sound gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, but it would be weird on the show.
Yeah, we would need you to embrace it.
Well, how will I know?
You'd have to
like you
commit.
guys will tell me, right?
Unless you want to go for, I mean, like you could.
Now listen, this is important. If I start
I'm
doing
listening.
the show and it sounds like I'm talking like the gay, you guys will tell me, right? And then I can go get it adjusted or something and get the gay taken out of my denture.
Well, we could start
Well, I
with,
think
you could start
should be able to
now,
fine-tune it.
you know, and that way you can kind of have a preset before you go in. And that way, when they do pull those teeth out, you'll know where your previous gay index was, your PGI.
The thing, remember I told that story about how one time I went to the gay bar and my feelings were hurt because
The one time?
no one bought me a drink.
You've told me a couple
and
of
like,
stories
how come
about going.
I'm not pretty and stuff. Do you think I'm going to be more attractive if I go to a gay bar if I don't have upper teeth? Is that like a thing?
As long as you go to the third stall from the right, it doesn't matter how
serious.
attractive you are.
I'm serious.
And
Do
I
think
bet
I'll
you,
be
and I
suddenly,
tell
like,
you,
I'll be hot at the fucking gay bar. I'll get
No,
some free
exactly.
guys.
yeah, I think, but you have to get to the bar, and you have to. I would say first off, do you own a Hawaiian shirt?
You know what? That's so fucked up because half of my shirts are Hawaiian shirts.
Okay, so then
why is everything got to get fucked up?
All right, so
Hipsters.
you're already halfway there.
I could be a
So you
Jimmy Buffett
you go
stand-in.
back to the gay bar in your Hawaiian shirt, your hat of choice, and order one drink at the bar. And when that comes, you take your teeth out and you throw them in the drink and you drink that beer, and you will get so much action that night.
Don't you think it's more sexy
They
to
will,
take
that's a
two
good
teeth
they
and
will
just swish
drill
them around
more
and
holes in
swish
the
them around,
walls
stir the drink with the
because
teeth?
of you.
You think that'll do it? I'll get free drinks. It'll be like I'm a woman, but I'm still a man.
There will be plenty of drinks
Because I'll
for you.
fool at the end.
Jeez,
At
you
the
gotta
end, I'll
Plenty
be
of
all like,
things
drunk.
for you to drink.
I'll be all drunk and
for
I'll be like,
free.
I'll put my teeth back in. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go home now.
Peas, are you gonna work up like a toothless ventriloquist routine where you take the teeth out, put them in your hand, and like do like a
Yeah, like
You wanna put some
talk to
googly eyes?
teeth.
Hi, I'm PhD.
Right there. It's all right.
I think you
I
should
don't
work
know
on
how
that,
it's gonna
Peas.
be.
I think you're gonna have to definitely work on that.
No, I'm gonna do the ventriloquist
I
act.
don't know
That's
how
the
it's
thing.
gonna be.
I'll do the
It can
ventriloquist
be-
act with Pea's teeth.
It's my first. It's gonna
And
be my
that will be
first
time
week.
for the
I don't
show.
even know if I'm gonna be able to do
We're
the show
doing
Monday
it that
because
way.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk right.
Well, that's never stopped you before.
Exactly.
Do you know anybody
Full
that had
steam
this done?
ahead.
You guys know? Have you guys ever known anybody that has this done?
What, had all their teeth pulled out?
Just the top ones. I still got some bottom ones. I'm trying. to
Not all of them.
Most
My
of
dad
them,
had
like-
a lot of teeth missing, but not all of them.
Yeah, people
But
in
you
like their
still loved
80s
him,
or their
right?
90s. They
Well, I
had
didn't
their
love his teeth particularly, but yeah.
Because I don't want people to stop loving me because I don't have teeth.
Well, as long
Oh,
as
I could never
as
stop
long as
loving
you can
Peas.
maintain a firm grip while administering a love bite. Just a little nibble. just a
What if
little-
we do this?
Oh.
Here's what we're gonna do with the teeth, right? Fox,
Click, 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 click,
you
click,
get
click,
one,
click.
and
I get all
Cosmac
of
gets
them.
one.
You get a
I'll-
tooth.
and I
and
get
you get
one.
a tooth.
I
and
get
you
all
get a tooth.
No, and we're out of those. The first
I thought
three
I was
teeth,
your
each
best
one of us
friend,
gets-
Peas.
and
You
we're gonna
told me
put-
I
no,
was
listen,
I
we're
was your
gonna put
best
each one of the
friend,
teeth on a
and
necklace,
that you
and we'll
love
have
me more
friendship
than
necklaces.
anybody else. And that
friendship
I was
necklaces of teeth, and then the rest
Exactly.
of the teeth we'll
Friendship
do something for
necklace
Patreon.
of
Can I-
all
Three
the
of
teeth.
us.
Can I take some of mine and like grind it up and snort it and turn the rest into a necklace?
No, you have to procure one of the other teeth to do that. But the three of us will have a 3 necklaces made. Instead of a shark tooth, it'll be a peace tooth, and they will be the friendship power necklaces of Argus Fox, Cosmac, and Peas. And that's people will know, looking at us, they'll be like, oh, look, there's Dr. Fox. Look at that awesome power necklace that symbolizes his relationship and friendship with Peas and Cosmac. And if they look at me, they'll be like, oh, look at that power necklace that symbolizes Peas' friendship with Dr. Argus Fox and Cosmac. And if they look at Cosmac, they'll be like, oh,
they'll be like, oh God, I wish I hadn't looked at him.
Symbolizes Cosmac's relationship and friendship with Peas and Dr. Argus Q Fox. And that will be powerful.
They're going to be used as money in the wasteland.
In the wasteland. How many Peas teeth do you have for this can of peaches?
But how are you going to? But there's only like 7 of them. You said left, right? Like you don't.
It's okay. We'll turn them crypto. We're gonna.
But Peas, so like we can have a sliding scale for the value.
Tooth coin. Peas tooth coin.
We'll just be the bank of Peas teeth and issue digital currency representing portions of each tooth. Yeah, okay,
I deposited 3 Peas teeth in Egypt. Here's my.
And when you go there and you assess the value of one of Peas' teeth by biting on it like they used to, and now you're biting.
I wouldn't do that. I don't even do that with them. I wouldn't
break off little slivers.
I don't
that's
even
that's why they would do it. They would break off a little piece of gold.
Remember I was ice cream $1.23, and that's how I broke one of my teeth.
Then at the end of the day, they would have like a whole extra coin.
Ice cream.
Yep.
Peas, I'm sorry. Did you just say that you broke your tooth on ice cream?
I did say that, sir.
To be fair, it was Rocky Road, right?
No, it's like regular
vanilla.
Just snow cone mixed with asphalt.
And I had put here's the thing. I put a couple peanuts on it and like some chocolate syrup and
just a little bit
on it.
And so I thought it was a really hard peanut. I'm like, wow, that peanut must be stale because it's crunching like a motherfucker. And it was my
peanut's
teeth I was
getting harder.
How many do you have? We've decided that 2 testicles is 1 testicle too many, I think. There should just be like 1 little sack with 1 ball. And think about it. It would be much harder to get.
You've got a redundant backup.
Whole penis would like protect the ball too.
No, 2 is the perfect number piece.
No, way too many.
As evidence, I give you that we've evolved to have 2.
And also that 2 is the root male number in the Kabbalistic system.
Oh, is it?
You can't say that. Because women have 2 ovaries, dude. That doesn't even make sense. It's because 2 is a symmetric fucking number of the number of organs that we have in our body. You have 2 lungs,
supposedly.
You have 2 kidneys.
It's
actually unusual.
That's all just theory.
You only have 1
that's
liver.
Just a theory.
And many people think the appendix may have been a secondary liver.
Exactly. There's stuff in us that we don't even know what it is. They're just making stuff up.
Science up, dude. Science up.
What are you gonna do?
Wikipedia.
Cut yourself open and check yourself?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
.com.
Show us what you've got.
So, Peas, what are the new teeth going to be made of? Like stainless steel, right?
Adamantium.
You're going to look like Jaws.
Adamantium.
Solid gold.
Well, in the olden days, I would have just gone out to my plantation and found some teeth that I liked, and that's what they would have
took them out.
You have a tooth.
Took them out of somebody's heads.
In this modern age,
somebody's heads.
Whatever. I'll lead you to your own imagination, but whatever.
Teeth, yeah.
I would have had a fine set of teeth, no matter how many people I would have had to go through. But in this modern age, I'm sure I'm going to get something made with plastic that'll kill a whale or a fish 100 years from now when my body's dumped in the ocean.
Your body's not going anywhere near the ocean, trust me.
Well, I think I even shocked the show,
the
cast, and it's time for the show with my my old throwback to Southern dental care comment. Everybody got real quiet. That's not what we do.
Well, every time that
yes, it is.
Every time a host, or really a guest or a listener, starts divulging more on their physical deterioration and their mortal state, and that it's just more to remind you of that, there's people out there that you expect are going to take care of things for you when you're not here. And HyperCOMM is already on top of that for you. Your friends are going to be making your lasting legacy. Your family won't. They'll try. He was a good man, they'll say, as they turn their shoulders every time that they pass the tombstone. Oh,
secretly they'll whisper,
you know the secret shame that you will take with you, Peas. Don't worry, your legacy will live on. We will immortalize you in the canon. Are you ready?
Wait, did you just say we're going to launch Peas out of a cannon?
We're going to shoot you out of a cannon.
He promised. He fucking promised.
A cannon of funky dance music. And we'll be right back with more time for the show.
I can't believe this. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Should I get it now? All right.
Yes.
When you wake up in the morning, does your body resonate with the putrid stench of dried bodily fluids and greasy, naturally occurring oils that leave sopping puddles of filth on your pillow and mattress? Then you may be one of a small group of people living with a condition known as stank ass. Stank ass affects lives every day, and without proper treatment can result in lingering odors and musks trailing behind individuals living with stank ass. Finally, there is a solution. Introducing Triology soaps, an over-the-counter remedy for stank ass. By mixing Triology soaps with water and applying it to the body, laboratory tests have shown that this can reduce the body's own tolerance for stank ass. Unlike other soaps that just mask odors, Triology soaps' glycerin-based slack-infused technology fights stank ass at its core. Triology soaps is also shown to be effective at fighting off other organisms living on the body, and when combined with everyday hand washing, can be utilized to combat viruses like COVID-19, E. coli, and Batman fingers. Triology soap also makes for a good personal lubricant, and with the patented Dobbs Bar hygiene kit, you can rest assured that your extra time in the bathroom doesn't just leave you feeling relieved, but also refreshed. It would so refreshed. Oh my God, the refreshment you're going to feel. If you would like to learn more and try Triology soaps, visit triologysoaps.com today. The only soap approved by the Church of the Subgenius and appreciated by Yetis and normals across the world. triologysoaps.com. Use coupon code COVID-19 for a 19% discount off of all bar soaps. Often valid through the 19% off of all bar soaps while supplies last. So they can cancel it at any time. Discount will be calculated to checkout. Don't freak out if it's not there at first. Code is valid until May 31st, 2020, but it's now June 87th, so we're going to extend it till the end of this month automatically, folks. It's good till the end of June. That's how we roll at triologysoaps.com and timefortheshow.com on freethinkradio.com. Please pity parts of Triology soap. Even if you don't use our soap, please wash your hands frequently.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that COVID-19 deal is over now. I think they're back to
We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
All right. Well, just let Ferg and Drew know.
Them Peas said
Tell
so.
them Peas sent you.
I'll give them a tooth.
Tell them I want a
Make up for their
deal,
losses.
and Peas sent me. God damn it.
That's all you got to say, folks. That's all you've got to say.
Peas sent me. It's good as gold.
You better not be kidding about those teeth, Peas.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. You better want them. You better not just put them in a drawer and let them pine.
No, I'll touch mine every day.
Caress it.
No, dude, yours is gonna be on the cool friendship necklaces that we're gonna get made at Pandora. I'm gonna have Pandora put the teeth in a custom bead that's gonna go on this great little necklace that we're all gonna wear. And when we're all three together, people are gonna be like, those bros are fucking pals. Look at their matching necklaces. But they won't match exactly because each tooth will be slightly different. It's gonna be so great. I can't wait.
What are we talking?
Everybody
like
X Day is gonna be so jealous.
Molars.
I got
which teeth are left?
There's a mixture. I got a couple of molars, an incisor or two, like a regular tooth. So I mean, there's a mixture. There should be able to be some kind of bidding thing. The one thing we can't fall into is it's not gonna the tooth that you wind up with for your friendship necklace, regardless of what type of tooth it is, that is an indication of how much more or less of a friend you are to me than the other members of the friendship necklace.
No, it'll have a much more deep and distressing meaning.
So, in other words, if you have an incisor Cosmac and Argus has a molar, it doesn't mean because the molar's a little bit bigger that my bond with Fox is any stronger than it is with you. The tooth
No,
bond.
but I know what you're saying by that.
Mass or tooth type.
I just get
That's
more.
what I'm saying. The friendship, it transcends the mass of the tooth or the actual tooth type. Having the tooth itself is what bonds the necklace of friendship.
Yeah, but you wouldn't give. Well, maybe I shouldn't say.
Ferg says free shipping over $25.
What Ferg's mad about the discount?
Yeah. The whole chat was up in arms about it.
On the radio.
They were kind of astounded that you would usurp your sponsor's own management decisions, and that you would be so egregious in your warfare against fair commerce. Peas. I'm shocked.
I think in this time it's their American duty. Did you tell them I'd give them a tooth?
I didn't tell them nothing.
We're really
I'm doing
limiting
the
amount of tooths available.
I don't jump in the chat and LOL along with everybody. Peas. I gotta run the show.
I don't do that either.
I can just check it.
I don't do that.
I didn't insinuate in the slightest bit that you did. Are you accusing me of insinuatory behavior?
Just sometimes
You're
say
accusing me of gaslighting you, Peas?
Sometimes
it sure sounds like he's trying to start something.
Man, you're lucky. You're lucky you're so handsome.
You're lucky he's in Florida and you're in Utah or wherever.
You know what? But we pined for each other.
We're gonna go to Skinwalker Ranch, Peas.
Huh?
They'll know of your legend.
Yeah.
And we're gonna use you as a gateway portal centerpiece in communicating with extraterrestrials. With who knows how many testicles.
Peas is the conduit.
I wish they didn't have balls at all. I would like just
Conduit's
smooth
the PC
latex
term
alien.
for sacrifice, which is the religious term for bait.
And the other thing is, I'm not a very sexual being, so I hope they don't want to do a lot of butt stuff.
Real sexual being. Real human being. That's you, Peas. You're the real human being. Well, it's not that they're not going to be doing anything exploratory on you. It's really they're going to assume your corporal form, and so you're going to feel it everywhere. I don't know.
What was your question?
It's alien in the sense that it is foreign.
Butt stuff to get forbidden knowledge.
Depends how forbidden. Depends what kind of butt stuff.
Yeah, it's a sliding
so
scale.
Like, you got to make a contract.
Like, can I cast a fireball from my hand?
Go, hey,
but
by the way,
you get to stick your pinky in my butthole. I think that's fair.
Consent.
I'll take a pinky in the butthole to cast a fireball.
That's my bargain. Anti-gravity.
I'm all about explicit consent.
You have first you have to prove gravity, Peas. There's no such thing as gravity. It's just a theory.
Yeah, anything you see falling, that's just an optical illusion.
A hoax.
Have you guys, since we've all been like in this quarantine and kind of sort of in our houses but not out as much,
What do you mean?
as I'm getting out more, I'm noticing that there's a lot of things that are different. Like McDonald's doesn't taste the same anymore.
Did it ever?
The chicken sandwich at Wendy's. No, dude, I'm very serious. Something has been reset.
Heartfelt.
There are a lot of things that are not nearly as complex
Okay, Pete,
as
so
they
you said
were.
McDonald's doesn't taste the same, so how is it different? What quantifiable thing can you point your finger at and say, this is the difference in the flavor?
How steady is your
and more
intake of
bland.
McDonald's that you would be able to formulate a difference in a recipe, or at least begin to recognize that there is a consistent difference in the recipe?
And like, do you guys remember when McDonald's used to sell
How
a
much
mini
McDonald's
Mac?
do you eat?
It was like a Big Mac.
No.
That was not a whole Big Mac. Well, they used to. Okay, and now they don't sell it anymore.
What?
There's a
Big
lot
Mac?
of little things. If you really look around, like go to 7-Eleven and you'll see that the sodas that they offer.
I can't. They
are
closed
not
the one near
same
me.
sodas. They're not the same sodas that they had before. Everything is a little bit different. They have really fucking fun. Because it was
now
too
they only
many of
have
us. And it was
Mountain Doctor
before.
and Dr. Do.
Dr.
You know what they're
Dew.
going to say
Mountain
about
Dew me.
what they're gonna say about steak now?
I think
They're
you
gonna,
mean
hey, what
Mountain
steak
Pepper.
tastes like? It's like chicken.
Mountain Pepper, right, Reverend Caller?
That's right, Mountain Pepper.
Like
It used to be
Dr.
Pepper, like Pepper Thunder.
Mountain Pepper
Coke.
and Dr. Dew.
Dr. Coke.
You guys laugh, but before tonight, before all this shit happened, there was no such thing as blueberry Red Bull. Now it's like a thing.
There still isn't.
It's such a
Pease.
big
You're
thing.
imagining this. This is
No,
a
This is the Mandela.
No, Peas, I said
Mandela effect.
Peas, I said
the
blueberry
Peas-Della
Red
effect.
Bull. There's Blueberry and Frankenberry and Count Chocula Red Bull. And the Count Chocula one
See,
is
those weren't
thick,
there before.
but it's pretty good. Chocolate Red Bull.
Count Charcular.
Like, do you guys notice that the people, even the two brothers that made the Matrix movies, they're sisters now?
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
noticed
So
that.
tell me things
heard that. Yeah,
things have
about-
not changed.
Hey, Peas, you remember that movie in the 1990s that Shaquille O'Neal was in called Shazam? Where it was like a
never
basketball kids movie or whatever.
Kazam.
Never made.
Shazam.
Doesn't
Shazam.
exist. And everybody remembers
I
it.
am
We've talked
Kazam.
about this on the show before, and it's
No, it was a
Mandela
TV
coincides
show starring
with Will
Sinbad.
Smith. Yeah, but it was but Sinbad was never in Shazam. There's a Will.
There never was
it's a
anything
whole-
called Shazam. It was called Kazam, and it was a thing on TV with Sinbad.
And that's
It
what I'm
wasn't a- it
saying.
wasn't
There
a
never
movie.
was any Dr. Pepper. There's only Dr. Mountain Pip. It's always been this way.
Dr. Mountain Pip, yeah, my
.com.
favorite.
How are you doing, kids? It's me, Dr. Mountain Pip. You can call me Dr. Pip.
It's the
Or
way
you
it's
can
always
call me
been.
Mountain. Your mom can call me Mount. Dr. Mountain
Did you
Pip
know
is
that
full of
that
comedy.
cola cans, the traditional aluminum cola cans, are actually stylized after Mr. Pibb's dick. And
Really?
that's his legacy to the world.
That's a weird shape, man.
It's girthy,
I'm telling you.
but
Lots of
you know,
things are
he
different.
revolutionized the industry. So
You know what I like? I like Professor One Up. That's a good one. You ever try that, Professor One Up?
or a cold tentacle grape.
Mmm. Good Vin Fizz there.
Consensual.
Have you guys ever had pea juice fizz?
Say again, Peas.
Pea juice fizz?
One
No,
more
I'm not
time.
into golden showers, Peas.
How much PP have you drank in your life, Peas?
No, you know what? I never done that. I think that's nasty.
But you just said
Not
you were
even your
drinking the
own?
golden fizz.
No, I said pea juice. That could be pussy juice fizz. I didn't want to say pussy on
Pussy
the radio.
juice is just pee.
I didn't want to say pussy on the
Why
radio.
didn't you just call it like? Why didn't you
It's
call it
just
like
It's
PT
not
Fizz, Peas?
Vagina, Vagina moisture
World's
fizz.
Should've
greatest,
called it PT
world's
Fizz.
greatest
Better
showman,
that way.
PT Fizz.
Vagina and
I'm gonna
moisture
go get me a
fizz.
refreshing. Go get me a refreshing glass of vagina moisture fizz on
It's
ice.
PT Fizz
Moist.
Post-traumatic fizz.
disorder.
It's less viscous with the form.
Shake it up! Stand back!
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
I think we've triggered peas.
Slides down your throat.
Peas, how many cans of diet slurp could you down? That would be
Do you think that diet pussy juice fizz would just be like semen?
it's just well,
Why don't they
see,
make them in
'Cause
pop
it's like
rocks?
I think you misunderstand where semen comes from.
yeah, I
Peas.
think Peas, that's a sexist statement. There's a sexist,
Is it?
biased, binary statement, and I find it offensive and reprehensible.
You're rubbing your eyes in rage.
I am. I'm disgusted. I'm irate.
He's rage rubbing.
Look at the rage in my
I'm
eyes.
so afraid for my life ever.
I can't see straight because I'm
Put this
so
glasses back on. The moment's
angry.
passed. It's
Please.
Pea's turn.
Ovaries are nature's testicles. And how dare you sully their good name?
All gonna burn in hell for the show.
Well, you know, you already live out in the fucking desert. Just turn the air conditioning off and get used to it. You're
It's so hot sometimes.
you think, well, why did you move
And
to the
how you
desert?
get that's how you get the
At least
immunities, 'cause
down
I had
here
this
we
job.
got skunk apes, and we have hurricanes, and
I heard the whole skunk ape thing is just really bad meth binges. Like you've been up 6 days on meth, next thing you know, skunk apes are talking to you.
well, the skunk apes come out, you know, at night. They lurk for the junkies. That's their main food source is
selling the
junkies.
meth.
That's why they're
Hey,
so
man, you
hard
want-
on the homeless here in the OC.
You think skunk?
Whoop whoop.
Do you think skunk apes have a Spanish accent? Do
Huh?
you think they have a Spanish accent? Skunk apes. Do you think they have a Spanish accent?
Why would
Like,
they have a Spanish accent?
What is their mating call?
The mating call of the skunk
free
ape?
meth? Meth for pussy. Meth for pussy. Woo, woo, woo. That's the mating call of the skunk ape. Meth for pussy. Woo, woo.
Is that how you ran your meth game back in the 80s, Peas?
Mountain Dew for side boob.
Skunk apes, they're known for their side boob. That's all that they flaunt. It's all about the side boob on the skunk ape. A
That's
lot
because
like-
the Florida girls are always wearing their boyfriend's
You just
shirt.
you got weird stuff in the air and radiation. At least down here we have monsters, Peas.
Now, have you ever seen swamp gas? That's where it's from. It's like Florida, right? Like swamp lightning and swamp gas.
We make it here. Yeah, it's our natural export.
Is it a real thing, or is that like I heard about it? But is that like a real thing? Like you're just walking around the swamp, and then you see like a glowing thing, and it's swamp gas.
Aliens.
But usually it's just aliens. The idea that
Martinez, they have a sewer gas out in Martinez. We have swamp gas down here, and the
Do you know what I'm talking about? 23.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah, you can
ball
hump that
lightning
shit.
and swamp gas has been like a mystery of
Ball
man
lightning
forever.
does not
This-
come from swamp gas.
No, but I'm saying it's the same principle. People are not sure that it exists.
swamp gas.
It's supposedly
Swamp gas
responsible
does not
for a
exist.
lot of tales of ghosts and stuff, but like I can't go online right now and say, show me a picture of swamp gas. Because no one's
Case
really...
closed.
Can you?
Right now,
Ball
if you
lightning.
want.
They
Like,
got ball lightning on film.
Yeah, I thought that was CGI. Is that one where it drops off the thing and goes across the railroad track?
I thought there was a bunch of them now.
I've met a
I'm
couple
not
of
sure
people
that
with
ball lightning's been
outstanding
captured
statements
either.
on ball
I know they've done it
lightning.
in the lab, but they still... the conditions are so need to be so perfect for it to happen. They're not sure it can happen in nature, the way they make it in the lab.
Yeah,
Well,
and yet I know a
most
couple of
weather
people that have seen
is.
it.
Most weather is made in the lab.
Yeah, but to be honest, think about it. Anybody that we know, and you're a smart guy, but I gotta include you in this too. Anybody that we know that says that they saw something like a skunk ape or swamp gas or we have to take that with a grain of salt, because the people that we know are mostly, for the most part, crazy fucking bastards.
No.
Yep.
Not really.
No, 23's feeling me on this.
More just liars.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're all just lying.
All of that wrapped up. I'm just saying. Some wook tells me he saw swamp gas as he's breathing off the balloon that we went halvesies in at the concert. You know, I'm gonna listen to his fucking story because I want my half of the fucking balloon. But that don't mean I think it's true.
You gotta huff swamp gas if you can find it. You know when somebody's got it because you hear them cracking the little canisters open. It's got medicinal purposes, purportedly. I think you have to take. I think it's like a homeopathic thing. So you have to start out with 10, and then you have to do 10 more, and then 10 for every 10 that you take after that. So you got you got to take a lot.
Do you have Fry's Electronics in Florida?
We have Checkers
we don't
Fries.
We don't have a Fries down here.
We got
Radio Shack.
We had
Fries?
Boardwalk Fries.
No French fries in Florida.
Freedom Fries.
Well, no, there's this like discount electronic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
on the
about.
West Coast called Fry's.
They had them up in Chicago.
And we recently went there and to return something that broke, and it's like, oh, I can't
Aren't they
replace
going
it.
out
We
of
had insurance
business?
on it. Well, here's the thing: we're walking
They're going
through
out of
this
business
place, and it's
and you
like
took
we don't
something
have any
back.
merchandise because nothing's
Wow.
coming from China. So what they've got left in this Fry's is kind of what was like left over at a Geico or a Gemco or a Fedco, you know, when a big department stores or service merchandise goes out of business. But it's all Chinese crap. And we had to walk through this huge fucking building to find the least crappy things that we could to use with our store credit. And when we got home, 3 of the things that we bought broke almost instantly.
Well, you
It's like
returned
all they have
one
is
thing and then
dregs
you
of
left
Chinese
with 3.
crap.
So that should tell you something about the value of those items
ice
immediately.
Ice maker.
What 3 items did you buy?
An ice maker? You returned an ice maker?
So first I bought like a little Bluetooth sound tube, you know. So
That was less expensive than an ice maker. And 2 other things.
We bought 3 or 4 things. We bought some
Yeah, you bought a bunch of
Santana
things.
headphones.
So you bought a
Cheap
cheap
headphones.
piece of crap and you took it back and then you traded it in for 4 pieces of
You
cheaper
understand,
crap.
This was like a Soviet department store. It was filled with like 8 fucking things, and you had to choose between what did you like? We have 2 left shoes, or you could have gloves that only fit giant man that no longer lives. Also, we have hat will not fit on anything
And that's
but
what they're
Chihuahua.
That's what they're selling at the
Which would you
Fry's
like to
Electronics.
purchase
That
today,
would probably be
comrade?
why they went out of
That's what
business.
the store was like. It was like Scoops Kmart.
Don't they do all of the stores like with a different crazy theme or something like that?
Scoop Smart.
Yep, ours is a slot machine. The one in Burbank is
Oh, that's real original.
that movie Alien Invasion.
Were you
Invaders
perusing the
from
discount
Mars.
rack?
Dude, I perused the whole fucking store. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They are done.
They didn't have
And
like,
I said I have to use my
vinyl
store credit
collections
because
of the
next week they're not
BGs.
going to be here. And it's all because China's not selling them. We only give you a special crap now. Things that even Chinese people won't buy.
How did
It's like the
Chinese
Harbor
people
Freight
buy
of
anything,
electronics.
Pease? They're communists.
Yeah. Okay, great example. Harbor, and it's even worse than that because it's like the clearance store of Harbor Freight, where all the recalled shit is still on sale.
Yeah, come on in. It's still
Like
here.
I set the MP3 player down on the counter,
That's the
and
Harbor
the
Freight
stress
motto.
of setting it down and holding its own weight broke one of the support feet off.
Did it? or did you break it
Fuck
and you're gonna blame flimsy craft
Chinese crap, I'm
craftsmanship?
telling you.
Well, I try not to buy things from China, Peas. I actually go out of my way to try and buy things that are at least made in other countries, if not
So what do you
America.
What do you do? Just deal in corn and whiskey?
For the most part, yeah. I take a bag of silver ingots and a couple
And
of
missile defense
buckskins,
systems, right?
and I trade them for microphone stands and tennis shoes. Yeah. And it's kind of hard if you want to try and buy something that's not made in China, and first off, not spend a bunch of money, and then second off,
Skittles are made in China.
finding it, practically everything. But
Skittles are made in China now. Only the purple
The yogurt
and yellow
dipped ones.
Skittles. But still, all purple and yellow Skittles are made in China.
where do they make the rest?
Because we're
from?
not allowed to use those guys here.
But we're allowed to eat them here.
Yep. They outsource the manufacture of the yellow and purple Skittles, and then they're shipped back and added to the
Hey,
bags.
Peas, I think this is just more evidence of why you don't have any teeth.
Or why you should
It's
be
all the
president.
yellow and purple skin.
I'll be honest with you.
Chewing on.
I could see how you come to that conclusion, but here's the thing. Every Skittle that I've ever had, I've put into a Zima first to dissolve before I ate it. So really, that's not an issue for my teeth. I know how to
Yeah, 'cause
roll
you
with
didn't-
Skittles and Zima.
'cause you-
bro.
you didn't,
drank
because
an
then you-
entire Zima for every individual Skittle.
Yeah, it's
That's either
amazing
not
that
very
they
many
stopped
Skittles
selling them
or a
for like
lot of
20
Zima.
years.
Whichever.
Do you pinky out?
Don't you miss Zima? I miss Zima. Who misses Zima and
Zima
Skittles?
comes back around once a year.
It's
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's
At least in
seasonal.
Florida.
Yeah, they still have it.
No, I haven't seen Zima in 20 years.
Yeah, it comes back like once a year, and like
Yeah.
I buy it, and like I'm like, oh, a 6-pack of Zima, and then I just relive my horrible younger youth self, and I'm actually just like really displeased with myself. I'm like, why did I buy this? But Zima,
You use the
the
Skittles?
commercial for
You use the
fucking
Skittles to
bomb.
sweeten it?
Yeah,
Do you
it
use
was
the Skittles to sweeten it?
when I started drinking. I don't think it was really commercially available in my region, or anywhere. Because I remember there was a campaign saying that it was coming back. They're like, Zima's back. It's like, look out! And
Yeah, Skittles is
and
Zima.
everyone
Together
and
again.
everyone jumped in on it, and that's what they were doing. They were putting their highlighters in bottles of Zima and then holding them up to black lights and then
And
drinking
Dr.
it.
Fox, I've never had a Zima. What is that? Is that like an Alco Pop?
It's
like
well,
alcohol
It's
water.
it's the alcohol
It's
version
the
of
precursor
Pepsi
to
Clear.
what we have now. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's like an Alco Pop,
That
right?
retweet of
It's
things
like,
that were
Crystal
thrown
Pepsi.
at the police in
Citrus
Portland, and it was like 2 broken beer bottles, a hunk of brick, and a can of White Claw seltzer.
It's some crap like Smirnoff
So
Ice
you know,
kind of shit, right?
you know, stuff that one
No,
person
it's
in
better than
Portland
that.
was already
It's like
carrying
the
in their
Fresca
purse.
of mixed drinks.
Yeah, but it's like
Depends
it's
what-
basically just
what
like
color
soda
Skittles.
with some alcohol in it, right?
Yeah, Zima is
Yeah,
the
it's
drink
like
of
an
the
alcohol.
revolution. That's what's going because it's in a glass bottle. If Zima was to corner in on like the hard seltzer water, it would become the drink of the revolution. You know, swig it, light it, chuck it.
Zima lives matter.
You gotta start looking out when like
No, they
fifths
don't,
of
please.
Everclear go on. Not until Bud Light lives matter. Will Zima life matters, Peas? You
And
have to
Bud Light-
recognize
Bud
that
Light
Bud Light
Taste
life
the rainbow.
matters, and Bud
Taste the
Light
rainbow.
Light and Bud Light Lime lives matter, Peas. I dare you. Tell me that they don't.
Do it.
Do it.
Hold on, I got
Do it.
somebody's
Are
calling.
you gonna pee right
No,
here
I
on the
can't,
show?
somebody-
We had
Oh,
that.
no.
We had that when Danny Feedback
somebody's
was
calling
here.
me from the call.
Yeah, when was the last time somebody took a leak on the show? I think we're
Yeah, it
overdue
was,
for that.
It was what's his name?
It's a whole new
Danny
year.
Feed-
You gotta take.
It was Danny Feedback.
You gotta take a break for a minute, or I gotta take off for a second.
Peas is gonna take off his clothes. So we'll be right back with more time
He's got a
for the show.
a body for radio.
You love it. You're listening to Time for the Show, broadcasting live on freethinkradio.com. Well, it's time for my favorite part of the show, and that's Ask Peas. What do you say, Peas? Oh, he's still not here. Well, while Peas takes care of what is obviously the utmost importance and the downfall of Western civilization crumbles, Peas receives the call that they know what's going on. So I told him just earlier in the show, what are you going to do when everyone finds out the truth? And look at that. Don't think, just listen to Dr. Fox. That's the easiest way to do everything. Yeah. Easy peasy. It could have been. It's the best advice. Even with free shipping over $25 at triologysoaps.com. Well, I did have backup things here. We were gonna own the libs. We were gonna own the libs tonight. I don't know if we have enough time. If Pease comes back, he could at least apologize, and he could own the libs there, or we could build a wall. I think that's the new HyperCube home game, is build the wall.
Build a wall around what? We build a wall around...
Not specifically
niceness.
Around anything. I think just a wall.
Oh, like in Minecraft? Like you just build a wall and I could just walk around it, but...
You know what? I bet you that's where everything came from. Is that like Donald Trump saw his Asper Chew son playing Minecraft. He's like, I'm trying to run the world. He's like, I just want to play Minecraft. I just want to play Minecraft, Dad. I just want to play Minecraft. And now he's
build a wall around those zombies.
Exactly. He's like, I want to build a wall. I want to buld a wall. That sounds like fun. That's it. It's basically Donald Trump playing Minecraft.
Don't let any creepers in your house. Build a wall.
Yeah, out of pillows. Build a pillow fortress wall.
Yeah,
today
it's a fun
for HyperCube.
It's a fun game everyone can play. Let's all build a wall. Everybody, and that means you, start building a wall and post your pictures in chat. And let's build walls in solidarity for the movement. And let's hear it for the movement, everybody. You guys have been working so hard. You have earned it. I think America is totally woke now, and you've done so much. Specifically, you deserve that. You deserve that. But just that. There's more that you could do, and that is easily by getting HyperCube reality augmentation decals at hypercubego.com and applying them to fixtures that you can then convert to pylons to assist us in the advancement of the global pylon array.
How many
initiative.
pylons do I need?
You need as many as you can get. You need how many have you erected? Tell me about your erector set.
Well, I used to have an erector set, and back in the day, I would actually build pylons or things that could easily just pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, it's a natural instinct. We all want to build them. We're just we're advancing that primal urge.
I think I've built at least 9,000 natural light pylons on each other. Yes, and then maybe just
did you fill them with peasium?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the secret
light
ingredient, because if I told you the secret ingredient, then everyone could do this.
It's pee, isn't it?
I'm not going to tell you, because that would be too easy. No, it's not either peas or pea, and I will never tell you if it was one of them. Though if I could fill a bunch of aluminum cans with peas or pee, either A, one would make me a serial killer, B would make me a weirdo. So I don't. Actually, I kind of like being a weirdo. But
well, then you could very likely be a serial killer. You're already fitting into one.
Possibly.
If you start keeping pee, then you are a serial killer. Not could be. So we're gonna have to.
If you like put it in like gallons of jugs and like hold it around forever and like just say like, hey, this is
tin cans. And
this is
old
my pee.
tin cans, not like new aluminum or steel cans. You have to go buy like vintage tin cans and fill them with your urine and then seal them back shut and date them. Be meticulous about it and post pictures. Constant updates is what we need.
Like a Chef Boyardee can, but I reseal it and then I actually put the date on there and after I pee on it and then
and then just start a shelf. And then start a shelf. In fact, do that with all bodily fluids and excretions from now on.
I'm going to start with my tears.
Fill a tuna can with your own tears.
How many tears would it take to fill up a can?
I don't know how big of a can you got.
I got the biggest.
And how much you want to cry. I'm really good at making people cry. I can hurt people physically, and that makes people cry. Or I can hurt you emotionally, and that makes people cry.
I just want to know, how many tears go into a can of tuna fish? I think that's my end.
Dolphin tears, a bunch.
Did you say elfin?
Dolphin
tears.
Okay. I thought we were
Elephant
Lord of the Rings
tears,
for a second.
Yeah, dolphins cry
dolphin tears.
fresh water. Did you know that?
They do?
Yeah. It's a science fact.
Okay, well then,
What?
I can't wait to buy the next bottle of water.
How do you know that, Dr. Fox?
Wikipedia.
So when I buy volcanic water, it's
I don't believe you.
filtered through the volcano.
No,
I'm not privy to dolphin tier water. Come on now.
It's totally tuna safe. The dolphin tier water, and it's kosher.
Tuna safe dolphin?
Tuna safe dolphin. We have to preserve our natural resources. And
Do their eyes have bigger filters, or do they just cry more?
Dolphins are known for crying and screaming.
There are a bunch of
But that's how they
the
fool you.
crybabies of the sea. That's
Exactly,
what
they
dolphins
lure
are
people
known.
into the sea, and it sounds like in the distance like someone's going help, 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 and somebody dives into the water to rescue the drowning child.
The drowning baby, yeah.
And then the dolphins rip them to shreds. And then
Dolphins
you know what?
are crafty creatures.
Exactly. And you know what they do after that? They laugh.
as they have sex with your mangled corpse.
Exactly. With their
Not
giant.
only are they monsters, they're perverts too.
Yeah. They're
So do you think they cry
deviants.
afterwards? or
Hedonists
before?
of the
I'm gonna do
sea.
something bad.
Why do you think the Japanese eat them?
I
They're
don't
jealous.
Know.
That's how it's where they get their insane power. It's the potency of the dolphin.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start.
They
eating
bombed
dolphins.
Pearl Harbor.
Wasn't that movie Johnny Mnemonic where they had the dolphin hooked up to all the things and the dolphin was the actual?
No, that was Sequest DSV.
Oh,
Pretty
Sequest.
sure that was the Illuminatus trilogy.
Oh yeah. I guess
Harold-
you're right, caller.
Harold
Taking it
Dolphin.
back to
Part
the
4.
70s.
Dolphins aren't even real, are they?
I've never seen one in real life, so I can't say one way or another.
And I'm no marine biologist. I don't even know if I could tell a real one from a fake one.
I've
guess you
seen
have to-
something that claimed it was a dolphin, but
Yeah, I
he
think
could have
it's
been
easy.
lying to me.
And they say
If it
that they
has
can make it
lipstick on
jump
it's
through
probably not a
hoops,
dolphin.
and that you can. It's safe to feed. You know, go on up there, Stick your hand out. It's fun. You know? But that's the thing. A dolphin only needs human flesh once every 7 to 8 years. So every minor to tragic accident, they just kind of write off and they're like, oh, well. But obviously, I would think that if dolphins are real, that they're probably being used in advancements in genetic research. They're more than likely splicing dolphin genes with corn to create corn that can breathe underwater.
Do you think dolphins are the original Riders of the Sun?
Riders of the Sun?
Yeah.
Aren't they like an outlaw biker gang?
You know, Tony Millionaire, guest of Time for the Show, he had the idea of putting transplanting dolphin brains into human mammaries, so you'd have super intelligent tits with dolphin brains in them. That was a Tony Millionaire cartoon.
Now you're just being ridiculous on purpose.
Well, it wasn't my idea. Again, like I said, it was guest of Time for the Show and famous cartoonist Tony Millionaire.
Well, it struck a nerve with you, obviously.
Yeah, I think somebody's a little sensitive, a little salty over here with those freshwater tears.
You're not salty, just a little
big
brackish.
chunky boogers. That's disturbing, to say the least.
If I had freshwater tears, I think everyone would look at me like I'm the devil.
Well, you'd look like everyone like you were the devil too, wouldn't you? Through your freshwater tear-filled eyes.
If you could cry anything, what would you want to cry? What would you want to come out of your tear ducts?
LSD.
Stop crying. I can't. Mine would be bread pudding.
A lot safer, but like that seems like way cooler.
Without raisins.
Did you say vanilla pudding?
Bread pudding.
Oh no.
Without raisins.
I was gonna say Jello myself.
Jello?
Yeah, Jello. Like
Jello jigglers? Like it would come out in the shapes?
Yeah.
What
like,
color?
Yeah, like little
Shapes
or no,
and
you could
letters,
take
numbers.
you could take little extruders and wear them as glasses, and you could push it through, and you could do like spaghetti Jello.
Yeah, if you could weep Play-Doh out your eye sockets through little plastic holes shaped like stars.
What if everybody? But what if everybody cried that? What if everybody cried the same thing? Like, what if everybody cried
cream
spaghetti?
Of wheat? How about cream of wheat?
But that was also like our natural born sustenance. Like we could sustain ourselves off of that cream of wheat that we would cry into bowls.
It's so delicious.
We would evolve two
especially
tiny arms that we would use to hold a bowl to collect our tears. And we would live in a society that constantly makes us cry, so we're never hungry.
I have a question for you guys. Besides tears, which taste so great, what is your favorite cereal?
Cream of wheat.
Yeah, grape nuts.
Did you say cream of wheat or cream of wheat?
No, actually, Caller called my favorite cereal out just a second ago. What did you say, Caller?
Grape nuts.
Yeah, that's my favorite cereal.
Yeah, I knew it.
I'm a fan of crispy hexagons.
Is that your favorite cereal too, Caller 23? Grape nuts?
No.
Well, then why'd you say it, you liar?
Because I was making fun of you.
What are you making fun of? What's wrong with grape nuts?
What's wrong with grape nuts? No, don't worry about it, dude. Nothing's wrong with grape nuts. We're all on the same page.
Well, what's your favorite cereal then, Mr. High and Mighty?
I don't know. Like, whatever. Whatever's got sugar and LSD in it. Probably
sure,
like
yeah.
Captain Crunch or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Sounds like Caller 23 had a big bowl of Lucky Smarms today.
All Xanax.
I say grape nuts, but really it's probably like corn checks.
Oops.
But I do like grape nuts.
That's fantastic.
You ever have like a big bowl of Nabisco chicken and a biscuits and milk?
In milk?
In milk, yeah. Makes its own gravy.
Well, didn't they have that like around 1998 or 99? They tried it for a little while. It was like chicken and a biscuit, but the biscuits were smaller and a little more crackly, and it was like a cereal.
Did
Don't
they?
you remember? It was like Yeah. It
Was there a chicken and a biscuit cereal?
Don't you remember that?
Oh my God! Get somebody. I have to. If
Is
there,
this another Mandela effect?
Maybe. I've never heard of this one either.
I have
Yeah, it was
to
like
Google
around
it.
1998. There was
How do they spell
chicken? And a
chicken?
biscuit cereal.
Chicken in I
It's
forget-
like BISKIT, right?
Yeah, it's No, it's actually
swear to
spelled
God.
BISKIT. Chicken in a biscuit, and now I'm gonna type cereal.
And Google is about to get
I
flooded.
never tried it. I assumed you had tried it because you said you thought you would that would be really tasty. So
Google.
There's a family-sized box with 0 grams of trans fat.
So it is a real product.
It is well, yeah. Chicken in a biscuit is totally real,
No, the cereal.
but
version
I
of it,
don't
though.
see a cereal version.
Well, maybe they only tried it in certain regions or something.
Regional chicken.
Regional cereal.
I'll just what if I just do chicken
It only had a limited release.
flavored? I think there was one that was like biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah, that could have been it.
I
I
think
could
there
be
was something
misremembering
like
this.
that.
It could have been biscuits and gravy cereal.
There is a chicken and waffles cereal and a maple bacon donut cereal from Post. I don't know.
I think I prefer the chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles cereal.
It's half waffle crisp and half chicken and a biscuit. That's what'll do it.
Yeah.
So I'll
Wow.
we can go.
Nice.
We can go get that at the. We can make it yourself at home, kids. Submit your breakfast cereal suicides to Time for the
technically
Show.
it's chicken and I'm looking at it. It's made by Post. Technically it's chicken and waffles, honey bunches of oats. So it's like honey bunches of oats, but they put chicken in a biscuit and like what looks like waffle crisp in it. Yeah. Weird.
It's the future.
I really want to try this now.
You know, someone got a promotion for thinking of that. Whatever
I
year
hope
that
so.
came out, at Post, somebody
So
actually
literally,
got promoted.
Somebody should have got $1 million bonus because that is $1 million idea right there.
Or a bowl of empty promises.
Well, that was what happened with
Or just,
the guy
cat
that
food
came
and
up
Diet
with
Coke.
flaming
What-
hot Cheetos
What do you pour over your bowl of empty promises?
with milk.
Oh yeah,
The milk of human kindness?
sadness. Just pure sadness, really.
Just sadness? Liquid
Yeah.
sadness?
Liquid sadness.
I just
from
cry
tears
into an
in my-
empty bowl with a spoon.
And you
Yeah.
light up one of your death cigarettes?
Oh, my
Death
my
brand
delicious
cigarettes.
Death.
Death brand cigarettes?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to at that point, I guess, right?
It's an
I
efficient
guess
smoke.
so.
Like if you had a bowl of cereal that's like, oh, guess what? You have to cry over it, and it makes its own gravy. You'd have to like fucking cry over
But
it.
you have to
in-
weep into it.
It's packets that you would tear open and then pour into the bowl, and then you would cry
Yeah.
into it, and then you kind of have to
Yeah.
stir it.
Stir
Well, it comes with a little capsule full of like tear gas, so you can. It helps you cry.
Or ground black pepper.
It's like
that you
it
can
comes
then
with like an
use to
amyl
season
nitrate or something.
your
so
food.
you
just
crush
put
it.
in your eyes real quick, and then you cry into it, and then you eat a bowl of sadness. And I think that's life.
That's genius.
It's not even.
That's almost like
it's
that's a
barely
better
a bowl
idea than a
of
heater
sadness.
meal.
It's really
That's
just a
great. You
bowl
could sell that to
a
the.
bowl of humility.
I feel like you could really sell that idea to the prepper crowd. You know, tear
Power.
makes its own gravy with your tears.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't tell that to the other pepper crown companies because they've been trying to get on this market for years, and I think that they've actually been listening to my broadcasts. And I tell you what, you throw a bunch of peppercorns in your eyes, makes its own gravy.
Yeah, these are MRCs, meals ready to cry.
I was ready to cry.
That's our market. We'll package it with like a time. We can repackage ramen noodles. Just and cook, because if you're eating ramen noodles, you're probably already crying.
Exactly.
Here's
You'd have to be at that
just get a
point.
seasoning packet. So a seasoning packet in a styrofoam bowl. And here's your we'll call them humilities.
It should be like on the packet, the little foil packet that you pull out. It should be like a teardrop, like that would be like a tattoo.
Well, you know, in the words of the great rapper Quasimodo, he was trying to find a better way to cook top ramen, but there ain't one.
The different flavor packs would really be what would be different things to make you cry. So there'd be like an onion flavor or a black pepper flavor or like a lemon juice packet. Or just like a picture of a dead puppy.
Do you guys have any like secret tips?
I've got 2.
I'm listening.
Just the tip.
Just 2 of them. No, they're secrets. I can't tell you about my secret tips.
Well, I need to know like one. Okay, can I like barter a handshake with you? Let me get one secret tip for awesome ramen noodles, because besides me crying into a bowl of unhappiness, I really need to know how you can make them better. My personal one, which I'm afraid to share with you guys because it might be like repeated on the internet. You take like a half a stick of butter and you let that boil down, and then you boil the water, and then you add the butter, the melted butter on top of it, and then you throw in like about like a handful of cheese or cheddar on top of it, and then you mix it all around, and where it sounds like sex, like it's got that like sound, where it sounds like, you know, you got to get to the point where it sounds so disgusting that you don't even want to listen anymore. Like you don't even know what's going on between your spatula and your cooking bowl. And then
Wait, you're making soup with a spatula?
it's not soup, it's ramen.
Spatula
Well,
soup.
this is a fundamental difference. You know, some people make their ramen as noodles only, and others make it as a soup. Like an egg drop ramen soup, that's one of the most common recipes.
Yeah, but if you're making it at home with like the 39-cent pouches, like why would you not? Why would you skip out on the flavor?
I don't.
For authenticity.
I usually
No,
just
but
eat the
what are
flavor
you talking about?
packet.
You add water,
That's
you add
all
the
I
flavor
need is the
packet.
flavor, all the salt you're gonna need for the day, and then you can get 2 or 3 of them for like $1. So you get all the salt you need for 2 or 3 days, and you just down them.
If there's not
Mix
butter
them
in
with
it.
a Dr. Peppo.
Well, Dr. Pepper is like actually my second favorite soda.
What's the first one? Diet Dr. Pepper?
Mr. Pibb.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you the secret, Reverend Negative. The secret is cook up your ramen like normal, only
Yeah.
add a tablespoon of anchovy paste, cook it all up, drain the water, refrigerate it overnight, get it back out of the fridge, fry the noodles. It's delicious.
Reverend Negative will refuse to drink any soda with a postgraduate degree.
Yeah. Associate degree, Mr. Pibb. Yeah. Mr. Pepper.
President.
Have you ever tried to?
President Pibb.
Have you ever tried to order a pizza one time? One time I ordered a pizza. All right.
I have,
You
yeah, I
guys.
have tried to order a pizza one time.
Yes. One time I ordered a pizza and I said, "Hey, I've never had anchovies on a pizza, so could you just put those on 3 or 4 slices, and then the rest of the pizza be like cheese and pepperoni?" But I literally only want to taste the pepperoni or the anchovies in this quadrant of the actual pizza. And they said, "No, you can have full or half." And I said, No. I'm paying money for this. Can you just give me, just like throw a couple of anchovies on there? Like, I don't care. And like, no, we can't do that. And I had a long conversation with the guy on the phone and said that it's not his business practices to toss a few anchovies onto an actual
It's a matter of
pizza.
principle.
Yeah.
They're
And,
not free, you know. Those little boneless fish are expensive, man.
I was willing to pay. That's the thing. Like,
they're
I will
pricey.
pay for.
Well, if you're willing to pay,
yeah,
then
like I'm willing to pay for half, but just put them on a
put
quarter.
them on a quarter, yeah.
Yeah, just a small section of it. And they said no. And I said, all right, well, what can we do from here? And he's like, well, we can give you some anchovies and you can put on your pizza yourself. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you get them on the side.
The anchovies on the side was definitely uncooked anchovies.
What do you think this is, Burger King? You can't have it your way at the pizza restaurant, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
pizza
that's why I don't
restaurants
eat
are
at
not known
Domino's
for being
anymore.
accommodating.
Fuck, I hope they're not a sponsor, but fuck them. It was so simple.
Domino's isn't real pizza.
That's not
though.
real pizza.
I was being so nice too. Like I was like, dude, just throw a couple on there. That's all I want.
To be
And,
honest,
like,
I'm
I
kind
will
of
pay for-
surprised that Domino's would even have anchovies.
Anchovies, yeah. Do they even have that?
Yeah, no,
Really?
They do.
Yeah, that sounds like something the Noid would have. Yeah.
Or the Noid would want. I'm an anchovy fan. I'm a chovy boy.
You'd probably get like octopus on your Domino's pizza if you went to Japan, Dr. Fox, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
You sick fuck.
We need. I need everybody to get ready for the big production meeting for the Dr. Fox Goes to Japan movie. Time for the Tojo, and I'm gonna go to the Emperor's Palace. And we're gonna I'm gonna wear kabuki makeup, and we're gonna have octopus Domino's pizza, and I need you to pay for this. So head on over to patreon.com/hypercube and give me money to make my movie.
They're only gonna put it on a quarter of the pizza, but you're gonna have to pay for it on half.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like it's gonna be half
So
a
yeah,
whole.
visit patreon.com/whatever it
Boy.
is.
Yeah, patrick.com/time for the show.
Patronize.com/timefortheshow.com.
.com.
/money.
.munist.
And make the
Slash your mom.
we're gonna make the big Time for the Show movie. Who's gonna play Peas in the Time for the Show movie?
We should have Dumb Luck to do that.
Get that guy who was in
Him or
Game of
Johnny
Thrones. The little guy.
One or the other.
That little guy from Game of Thrones. What the fuck's his name?
Oh yeah, we'd have to find him a little hat to fit his head though.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, he's not as small as Peas, but it's pretty close.
I think we were gonna get James Earl Jones to play Dr. Cosmac. That was in talks.
In whiteface, digitally de-aged and in whiteface.
He's just gonna do your voice. You'll be
Just my voice, of course.
You'll actually be portrayed by
Well,
Paul
who else?
Rubens.
Who else?
You'll be Paul
possibly
Rubens
come
with James
close?
Earl Jones's voice.
It'll
And-
be Paul Rubens' voice with James Earl Jones's voice used to vocode it.
And Don Rickles' body.
Right.
I was gonna be played by Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we've got the same smile.
You guys do look a lot alike. Smile for me. Okay, I see it.
I'm
I
God.
see it, yeah.
And speaking of God, it's time for everybody to face Mecca, and so with that, we're gonna throw it over to them funky boys. You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of HyperCube Labs. And don't think HyperCubeGo.com. You can subscribe to Time for the Show at timefortheshow.com. And continue listening to freethinkradio.com, where there's a show every night. There really is. You can catch Reverend Negative on his show Thursdays at like 10:30 or something. I don't know. Crazy weird time slot for Negative at night. And check out Caller 23's WTF Did I Just Show, Sundays at 10. And you can catch Dr. Cosmac here with me in a good time with the happy boys, just touching each other on the knee lightly. A hearty pat. It's a pat. Look me in the eye when I pat you on the knee. We'll see you next week. Time for the show.
Lower quads, laying back like I'm paralyzed. The hydrochronic got me looking like there's a fire in my eyes. Trying to find a better way to cook top ramen, but there ain't one. But anyway, I still got the munchies. I'll make groceries, but there ain't none. I guess I'll have sex to get my mind off food. With a big bowl of checks.
Be rude, man, as I would say.
Let me get in the mood. Before my girl get mad, I keep...